From now until Election Day, we are focusing on each of the critical battleground states in this election cycle. In our swing state spotlight this week, we are zeroing in on Wisconsin. It is a purple state that is a toss-up in this tight race for the White House with 10 electoral votes up for grabs. Both of the candidates understand the importance of the Badger State. Former President Trump making a stop in the town of La Crosse this week for a town hall. And he talked to supporters there about a plan to support funding for IVF treatments. He also addressed the important issue of the economy and bringing down the cost of living.
They say you're going to vote with your stomach. I don't know if you've heard it, but it's a little bit true. And groceries, food has gone up at levels that nobody's ever seen before. We've never seen anything like it, 50, 60, 70%. You take a look at bacon and some of these products, and some people don't eat bacon anymore. And we are going to get the energy prices.
The latest poll from Emerson College in the Hill shows the former president with a 1-point lead in Wisconsin. Some previous polling this month showed Kamala Harris with up to a 3-point lead in the state. So it shows you how it is fluctuating. Ashley Storck is with us now. She is the CEO and founder of Marketini Media in Wisconsin. Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Marni. Happy to be here.
Tell me what it's like. How long have you been in business, a business leader and owner in the state of Wisconsin?
So my small business just turned 2 years old. So I'm a young entrepreneur and I own a young business, but we are proudly founded up in Door County, Wisconsin, and are now located in Madison, Wisconsin, and work across 24 Wisconsin counties. So we have a deep understanding for what small businesses across the state are experiencing. And as members of Main Street Alliance, we're in touch with what's affecting day-to-day business operations and what needs to happen with the next election to make sure that we're in a prosperous position to grow our small businesses throughout the state of Wisconsin and hopefully throughout the whole country.
Yeah, wonderful. I've seen the signs here in Chicago. Have you been to Door County? I have yet to go to Door County, but I hear how amazing it is. So tell me, Ashley, starting a small business, what have been the challenges that you have faced in getting things off the ground?
Yeah, so ultimately, as a woman-owned business, I experience a lot of different issues in my day-to-day, especially when starting a business. I'm a Gen Z business owner, first-generation college student, first-generation business owner. So first and foremost, it's accessing resources, whether that's access to capital or being able to have investments where I can access resources for an accountant or a bookkeeper or experts in the legal space. A lot of big businesses have these at the palm of their hand. They can access these with an unlimited budget. But as a small business, starting with our own personal investments, it can take a lot of money to get off the ground, especially in the first couple of years. And there's a lot of different communities throughout Wisconsin. So trying to understand how my business can help the North Woods versus Madison or Milwaukee or Door County or Green Bay. It's been a lot of learning, but it's exciting to see the steps that we're taking to promote small business and helping each other out through the state of Wisconsin.
Tell me about politics playing a role in your business. How does it drive or influence the decisions that you make?
Yeah, absolutely. As a woman entrepreneur, my body is on the ballot and so is my business. So I completely understand how important this race is to small businesses in the state of Wisconsin. Understanding that during the Biden-Harris administration, a record number of new small businesses were created is exciting. Understanding that VP Harris has a commitment to the opportunity economy so that small businesses can have access to affordable health care, access to childcare, paid leave, and access to capital is extremely important. Those are small business issues that across the aisle, individuals are concerned about. And without them, our small businesses can't support our local economies. And so understanding that those are the types of policies that support the smaller players in the game, while tax cuts to C corporations aren't doing us any good. So it's important to notice the policies that are helping small business versus those policies that are ultimately just giving those large businesses another leg up against our small businesses that are already struggling with competitive disadvantages and just a lower budget.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.